families. I'm Emmylou Penrod, your family relationship coach. And in this program, we examine 6 areas of health for families: emotional, financial, mental, physical, social, and spiritual. This month, we're going to be focusing on our physical health, one that either we're acutely aware of or sometimes we're neglecting because we have other more pressing matters. So let's talk today about physical health for families, physical fitness for families. And it's important to remember, as in all areas of family life, the importance of your example. That's the most influential teacher that your children have, is what you do. So if you, as I did as a young mother, I had a deep desire to instill in my children healthy lifestyle habits. I wanted them to be physically healthy, able to reach all of their goals, to live the kind of life that they dreamed of, that was important to them. And I knew, of course, that I needed to do the same. I couldn't teach them to do something I wasn't doing. So please remember, as we dive into this, remember the power of your example. That is going to be the most influential thing that you can do. I want to talk about 3 areas of health. Now, I don't have any degrees in physical health. The only training I have is what I got first as an individual who wanted to be healthy, and then as a mother who wanted to raise healthy children. But I studied a lot and read a lot and learned from other people. I've worked with many health coaches, and there are 3 areas that I feel can make a difference in your quest for physical health for your family. The first one is nutrition. Now, what does that word mean to you? Over the years, there have been so many diets, so many totally different approaches to what constitutes a healthy diet. What's the best thing to be eating? We have everything from vegan to keto and in between, plant-based only, and plant-based most importantly. But one thing I learned, and I learned this very early, I think even before I had children, or maybe it was after my first child was born, I heard one bit of nutritional advice that made so much sense to me, and I have never found anything that contradicted it. Now, over the years, there would be some foods that were listed as, yes, this is very healthy, you need lots of this in your diet, and then later a study would come out and say, no, that's not healthy, don't eat that. But this advice met the test of time. I never found anything that contradicted it. And it was simply to eat a variety of foods as close to their natural state as possible. And we know that anytime food is processed, anytime we add man-made chemicals, take out the natural nutrients, and add other man-made substances, it diminishes the value of that food. So that made perfect sense to me. In other words, it's probably better to eat a raw apple than apple pie. Baked potato would probably be healthier than potato chips. The less we can alter the food as it comes in nature, the healthier it is. And of course, we cook our meat. That's safe too. So I have found that, and that's been substantiated by Eat the Rainbow, eat a variety of colors of fruits and vegetables. So that's one I have always followed. It makes sense to me. But whatever good nutrition means to you, make sure you're choosing the best for your family. And of course, it always helps to eat together. I mean, this is not only a bonding and sharing time, checking in on how everyone's day went, but it's, again, setting that example as the adult, the responsible adult in the home. You're the one that decides what foods will come into the home. And your children, especially when they're young, can only eat the foods that you bring into the home. Of course, we've all encountered that picky eater. You can surround this child with the healthiest foods, freshest, best foods, and they may not like them. Some children will only eat one or two different kinds of foods. I've encountered many cases of children who would only eat hot dogs or cheese. And it's not benefiting anyone when dinner time becomes tense or contentious. Obviously, you can't make them eat something, and it wouldn't be good, even if you could. But you can invite them, you can offer it, and you can give them choices. It may be more effective rather than saying, do you want to eat any vegetables, to say, do you want carrots or peas? And sometimes it's simply a matter of choosing one food that's better than just okay. For example, if you're traveling and you stop at and fast food or convenience food becomes your only option, check and see which one has more protein than sugar. Find the best option that is available. I talked to one mother who was a health coach. I mean, she was an expert on health and nutrition, and her son would only eat hot dogs. And I was curious, how did you handle that? And she said, well, I decided I will just do my research and find the healthiest hot dog available. If he'll only eat hot dogs, I'll give him hot dogs till he is ready to eat some other kind of food, but I'll make sure it's a healthy hot dog. That's an option too. And it helps, it's human nature to buy into what you've had a part of planning. So involve your children in the meal planning, in the meal selection, the food selection. Take them grocery shopping with you. Talk about the various food options and what you feel is the best option and why, and explain why. Get them involved. Take them to a farmer's market where various samples of fruits and vegetables are available. Encourage them to try a food they've never tried before. Make it fun. Make it the family challenge that every week the family will try one new food. And let them help decide what that one new food will be. So nutrition is the first one. Start by making sure you're fueling your body and the rest of the family with the healthiest food choices available for you. Now, the second one is movement. We don't always like the word exercise, and we tend to think that means we have to go work out at the gym. But we can incorporate movement, just make it a part of your life. I love this example. The little girl's getting exercise, learning to ride a bike, and her parents are getting some exercise too, walking, running alongside her. Remember again the power of your example. They're much more likely to exercise when they see that you're exercising. If you have a workout, a routine you do at home, invite them to come and join you. They will participate at whatever level they're able. But the most important thing is they're seeing that example. They're learning of different ways to move and use this amazing body of ours. And we know that if we don't use those muscles and keep them flexible and supple, we have problems later. It's also a great opportunity for time with your children. Involve them in an activity you both enjoy. Do things together. Make it fun. Find family activities that you can do together, walking the dog. Just being outside is beneficial. Enjoying fresh air when and any type of activity that they're getting, learning to use their muscle groups, learning new skills, expanding their physical abilities will benefit them. Play games together outside. That family time strengthens those relationships. You're more likely to be able to bypass petty disagreements and arguments, those sibling contentions that arise when they have healthy, happy, fun activities together. And it is also a good way to incorporate movement into your daily life. If you like to garden, involve your children in that. This is also an excellent way to combine nutrition. Grow your own vegetables. Let them help with choosing the seeds and planting them and helping with the harvest, helping care for the plants. This involves both nutrition and movement. And of course, through most schools and neighborhoods, there are organized sports. Encourage them to participate, even if they aren't athletically inclined. Encourage any progress they make, any new skill they learn. Be there for their games to cheer them on and let them know you're proud of their participation. Now, the third area is one that can be sometimes sensitive. What's bedtime like at your house? Is it a battle zone? Or is it a smooth transition between the activities of the day and sleep at night? There has been a lot of research done by sleep institutes, and the most recommended is to establish a bedtime routine. It's part of their sleep hygiene. They're learning to train their brain that it's time to shut down, that it's time to transition from being fully active to getting that restoring sleep that is needed. And it's important for children, while their brain is developing, they need to get an adequate amount of sleep. It varies by age. Teenagers actually need more sleep than adults. So in establishing that bedtime routine, remember that children who are overly tired or hyperactive or grumpy will find it much harder to fall asleep. So begin this routine before they get to this point. And if they've been outside and active during the day, it's natural to follow in the evening and just start this routine. It works for adults too. When you establish your sleep hygiene, your routine, these are the things I do just before I go to sleep. You're training your brain to learn how to shut down and stop and let you sleep. Be aware that that blue light from electronic devices disrupts those healthy sleep patterns. It's a good idea to turn all electronic devices off at least an hour before bedtime. Find out what works for your family, but be aware that that blue light is going to disrupt those sleep patterns and make bedtime even more challenging. Make sure you're not sending them to bed hungry. Offer a snack or a last drink of water, something nutritious. Obviously not sugary or caffeine laden. Just keep a light, healthy snack, just to make sure they're comfortable. All their nutritional needs have been met. And then bathe them, change their diapers if they're still in diapers. Make them feel fresh and comfortable so it's easier to relax and go to sleep. Have them brush their teeth. Make it part of the, okay, first we take a bath, we wash up, we brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, and then engage in an activity with them. This is the best time for some bonding time. Spend some time with them now. Read a book, sing a lullaby or some other song. Give them a massage. Just enjoy some cuddle time or rocking them. Talk about their day. Help them process the events of the day. Listen to them as they share their feelings and express your love for them. How much more effective sleep will be for them if they go to sleep feeling loved, feeling this warm connection with their parents. It should all end with a goodnight kiss, a hug, some expression of love and comfort, and lights out. And ideally, you know how hard it is to sleep if there's a noisy conversation going on in the next room. Transition to quieter activities in the rest of the house. Put the house to bed. The house should be getting quiet and settling down. Now, some children want you to stay with them until they fall asleep, especially when they're younger. And that may be what you need to do for a while. Lay down with them. In time, you can transition to sitting on a chair in the room with them, maybe just stroking their back, assuring them that everything's all right, they're safe, the house is settling down, it's time for sleep. And then eventually you won't need to be there. They'll get more comfortable, more confident, that sleep pattern kicks in, and they're ready to settle down. They're ready to self-soothe. They will sleep the best when their bedroom is dark, cool, and quiet. Now, sometimes they may need a nightlight, and that works, as long as it's not disrupting or keeping them awake. But again, they're training them that it is now time to relax. The day is over, and it's time for sleep. So I invite you to focus on these three areas: nutrition, movement, and bedtime. Making sure that your children are getting the nutrition their body needs, the movement, and the sleep that they need. I invite you to go to my website. You can find it. I have a link tree that lists my website, my YouTube channel, my social media. And I've written several blogs about physical health. I invite you to go and learn more there. I've also invited several other experts in focusing on health and fitness. So join me for the rest of this month. Join me next week at the same time. And until then, love yourself, love your family. Let's make the world a better place by strengthening families. This is Emmylou Penrod with HealingYourFamilies.com.